Thanks, Paul, and thanks Reed Corporate for allowing us to present again here at the Reed Rising Stars Conference. So Dacian Gold, we've just achieved our first major milestone, which is first gold poured. Over the last 5.5 years, we've had a tremendous sort of growth story, and now we're verging on commercial production. We're pretty excited by where we are and where we're heading. There's the important notice and disclaimer. Okay, so the thing about the Mount Morgans Gold Project, it's located in the northeastern goldfields near Laverton, which is about a 700-kilometre direct flight from Perth. It is the second best belt to be in WA, behind the Kalgoorlie-Kambalda region. We own the Mount Morgans Gold Project 100%, and in doing so over the last 5.5 years, we've made two major discoveries, which is Westralia and Jupiter. Those in themselves are greater than 1 million ounce each, and we've just brought those into production. In November 2016, we announced our feasibility study, which gave us an initial ore reserve of 1.2 million ounces and an 8-year mine life. Our job is to try and improve that mine life to at least 10 and have an aspirational goal of producing 200,000 ounces per year for those 10 years. We're very lucky to have a 3.3 million ounce mineral resource that underpins that, and my job as exploration manager is to add ounces to that, but also improve the confidence of that to lead into new ore reserve. So the thing is at the same time in exploration, we've got exceptional organic growth as well. More recently, we've made a discovery at Cameron Well, and we can see visible production on that coming into as a third production source next year. Now, the thing that's important is this is the most significant gold mine to be developed in the last 6 years, so we're pretty excited by that. When we look at our corporate overview, we've got over 200 million shares on issue, a market cap of just under 600 million. Our register's tight. We've got a very tight capital structure. When you look at our share price graph, you can see there was notable appreciation in the last, towards the end of the last calendar year and the start of this year, which was relating to the phase of construction. So people could see imminent production, and we've had appreciation since then. Just as a note, when I presented here last year, we were an emerging developer. Now we're a gold producer. The share price at the time was probably $1.85. I think we're at $2.75 today. We've got an exceptional board and management led by Rowan Williams, and we've done it before, and we're doing it again. This is a photo of our processing plant that we've just recently built. We spent $200 million in getting the site up and running, and the thing about us is what we do is we say what we do and we do what we say. So within 5.5 years of floating our company, we produced first gold. Within 16 months of completing the definitive feasibility study, we got the mine permitted, we got it financed, and we produced first gold. That plant there, which is a 2.5 million tonne a year plant, the area was cleared in May of last year, and so within 11 months of clearing that land, we produced first gold. So we consistently deliver on our objectives. This is just a map just sort of showing the locality of our discoveries at Westralia and Jupiter, which are now our new mines. Westralia is a major underground mine, which is going to have 3 declines. And Jupiter, which sort of sits out to the east where the processing plant is located, is going to be a large major open pit mining complex. At the same time, sort of in between those, which is only 9 kilometres away from our processing plant, is the new emerging Cameron Well discovery. One thing that was important to us was our first gold pour. It was probably, as of the feasibility in November 2016, we said we were going to produce gold in March of 2018. We produced gold in March of 2018. There's a picture of our executive chairman, Rowan Williams, holding the first gold bar, which was a pivotal moment, but also this year for us as Dacian Gold is going to be a transformational year. So from that first gold pour, what have we done? We were very clear to define to the market on what our production profile was going to look like. So for us in this quarter coming, we aim to produce 30,000 to 40,000 ounces, and then in the next financial year, our aim is to deliver between 180,000 and 210,000 ounces of gold. Now, what we're finding is the mine is transitioning from essentially a cash burning phase to a cash producing phase, and we're pretty excited by what we see. For a little bit more detail on this ramp up, what you'll find is that the underground mines will probably produce about 1 million tonne a year from Westralia, and the open pit will provide the other component of the feed in the order of 1.5 million tonnes per annum. One thing that we did as a part of price protection is between April and October this year, we actually hedged 45,000 ounces at a price of $17.28. That was really important to us just to essentially cover us from any falls in the gold price in that phase where we had to pay back debt. We've got a $150 million project finance facility with 3 Tier 1 banks, which is ANZ, Westpac and BNP Paribas, and our aim is to pay that back over a 4-year cycle. So the Westralia mine area, it's a major underground mining complex. It's actually advancing very well. The decline and capital development is ahead of schedule, ahead of the feasibility schedule. We've got over 2.2 kilometres of lateral level development in place, and at the same time there's sort of 6 stopes in production. We're pretty excited by how this mine's going, and being only 15 kilometres away from the plant and higher grade, it's pretty good. One picture there is we've got an ore heading of the banded iron formation host, and quite clearly you can see that the ore is quite visible, but at the same time the ground conditions in our mine are very good. So for a little bit more detail about Westralia, it's really the heart of the operation, but at the same time when we look at this isometric view, you'll see that the blue there is the stopes relating to our current ore reserve. The current ore reserve for Westralia is 492,000 ounces, and the line between the blue and the green relates to drill density. So where we've got the green area, the green mining area, we haven't got enough confidence to call that ore reserve. One of my jobs over the last 9 months is to have 3 to 4 drill rigs drilling that green area with the aim of converting that mineral inventory, which currently stands inclusive of ore reserve of 938,000 ounces. So ideally by July, we'll actually have an update to our mineral resource underneath Westralia, which will include a significant upgrade in the indicated resource and within those green areas. But also what we've done is we've actually drilled a long strike and down dip of those green areas to extend the mine and the resource. So this actually is the next phase of growth for the company, is drilling extensions. So look out for a new mineral resource soon, but also a new ore reserve coming up. The other part of the picture is the Jupiter mine. Jupiter has a resource of 1.4 million ounces. The reserve, which forms a 1.8 kilometre long, 220 metre deep open pit, is 643,000 ounces. This provides our current sort of mine life out to 8 years, but at the same time with the work that we're doing at Westralia, we should be able to increase that as well. The strip ratio for this mine is 7.5 over an 8-year period, and for us, we only started mining this at the end of December 2017 with our first blast. It previously formed a 25 metre high hill, so the mining was a little bit slow getting that hill off. But as of last week, we've exposed the full floor of the pit, and so therefore we'll be able to ramp up our productivity there. We're pretty happy with how Jupiter's going. Now the thing for me is I'm an exploration geologist, and being the exploration manager for Dacian Gold for 4.5 years, it's been an exciting journey, and I think a lot of people here have been along for the ride as well. But we started exploration, and what did we do? We stopped. We went to a feasibility drill out at both Westralia and Jupiter. In September 2016, we restarted exploration at our next most major target, and we can actually see visible production out of this prospect in 2019. So we started exploration, we had to stop again, straight into a feasibility drill out. Now Cameron Well, it looks very similar to Wallaby, which is an 8 million ounce gold mine only 8 kilometres from Jupiter. And also it looks very similar to Jupiter. It's got this rock called a syenite, which is really important. But the key thing about Cameron Well is the size and scale of the gold in regolith. So what happens is, as rocks weather, they turn to clay. In West Australia, as the rocks weather, the gold actually migrates in the clay to form flat horizontal blankets of essentially clay-rich mineralisation, which we call oxide gold. at Cameron Well, we've got an extensive area of oxide gold covering an area of 6 kilometres squared. And what it does is that there's a key focus area around what we call the Cameron Well cyanide complex, and that's the area we've been targeting quite a lot of detailed drilling. To get a 6 kilometre squared golden regolith anomaly is unusual, and we're going to be at Cameron Well for another couple of years exploring the extents of that anomaly. So the thing for me is a significant new discovery. It's our third leg of growth for the company, and we're pretty excited by that. Oxide is important to us because our plant, our 2.5 million tonne a year plant, is hard rock. And we're talking hard rock from the cyanites and the basalts and the BIFs. If we were to put clay through that plant incrementally, we can see an increase in throughput. In doing so, there's less power draw on oxide gold, so therefore it'll be at a reduced cost. So our ultimate aim is to try and bring Cameron Well into the production plan as of next year. So let's just zoom in to Cameron Well. So you can see the size and scale of the regolith anomaly there in the salmon colour. And then you've got the black circle, which is the Cameron Well cyanide complex. That is where we've been focusing quite a lot of our RC drilling over the last sort of 6 months. So it's a ripper. It's been very good. We've drilled 312 RC holes for 30,000 metres at a spacing of about 40 by 40 metres. What has it done? It's delivered us some exceptional near-surface oxide gold results. So there's 4 at 11 and 7 at 10. And more recently, we put an announcement out last week and we got 24 metres at 5 grams. So we know that we've got scalability here. It just comes down to determining the size of the resource. We aim to get a resource out hopefully in July and then a corresponding reserve in the second half of the year. When we did test the bedrock under this oxide gold anomaly, in doing so we've identified 4 key structures, which is very important for longevity in these mines, potential mines, sorry. Initially, in August of last year, we hit an intersection of 2.3 metres at 311 grams, which was extraordinary as a reconnaissance scout diamond drill hole. So give it time, but we can see Cameron Well coming into the plan soon, which I'm pretty excited about as the exploration manager. So what does this relate to? We've got a lot of news flow coming. So with respect to announcing commercial production, we've got the ramp up of our Jupiter mines, which hopefully will be in the June quarter. Australia probably won't be into full production until December of 2018, as in the December quarter, but all that news is coming. At the same time, I've had the drill rigs very busy at Australia as the next leg of growth, but also at Cameron Well. So we'll see more results coming out from that, and then ultimately resource upgrades and reserve upgrades from there. So there's a lot happening. So what have we done? So we've actually developed a new long life Australian gold project. And this is, as I said, the most significant gold mine in Australia in the last 6 years. We've achieved our milestone of first gold, which is very important to us, on time and on budget. So we're pretty excited by that. The organic growth, as I've talked about, Australia, it's a big system. It's got a 1.6 million ounce resource base, a 492,000 ounce reserve. We know that reserve and resource base will grow. Cameron Well is an exciting new discovery, and for me, I've only just started exploration. Once I finish Cameron Well, then I can go out and hopefully find another with the team. We've got the mid-tier investment appeal. We think we'll probably get a re-rate once the market sees that we can actually hit guidance in probably the June quarter. So we're waiting on that. But at the same time, with this growth as well, we're excited by that. So we're a mid-tier gold producer, and 3 years ago, we were probably like most of the companies out here today, sort of with a market cap of about 50 million. Now our market cap is just under 600 million, but at the same time, we've got a lot more work to do. So thanks very much for letting me present today, and hope you enjoyed it.